right, stop talking. It's time to listen to Rod and Flagon, so you don't die.
And hello, everybody, and welcome back to Rod and Flagon. I, of course, am your, one of your hosts, Oliver Redboots, and that over there is my good friend Swan Maulsmith, and we are live.
We're live.
Right? And people actually know to start listening to us now because of our beautiful music from that lovely tiefling, and I just want to say thank you again. And we're here.
We are.
We're here for another day of advice to young adventurers, tales from the road that we don't really travel on anymore.
No.
But, we still, occasionally, we
borrow
dabble,
tales from the road.
And if you do have questions, as always, please send them to me at Oliver Redboots. You can send that's where you can send your birds, or you can send them to S. Maulsmith, or you can send them here. And Dernan has been just, kind enough to...
Yeah.
He's like
Run his
alphabetized
for
them
sure.
now. Like,
Yeah.
I did not expect that to happen.
Nope.
Like, there's a numbering system, right? That I think was just like a little over the top.
What's this?
Dude.
What? I didn't know this.
No,
talk me
dude,
through
like,
this.
look at the questions. He's numbered them in the order that they've came in.
Oh.
Which is, I guess, is
I
like...
didn't even, okay.
Either a tip to us to actually answer the fucking questions, or maybe, he's like trying to tell us exactly how many are coming in, and we should maybe take care of them, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know, but nonetheless, it's another weird-ass week in Waterdeep.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where to start, so let's just hop right in.
Okay.
Right? So I just wanted to say thank you to, I don't know if it's thank you is the right terminology, or I'm glad you brought it back before I had to burn you to death. Maybe
the
that's...
chest.
Yeah,
The
right.
chest.
That's probably a better way to put it. I'm just going to say thank you for bringing back the chest. And I know you tried to open it because of the scorch marks and a few of some, like, dug-in axe blows, I'm guessing is what that was?
So that doesn't sound like Morgan.
No, definitely. I really thought it was, and I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
And she was very insulted. And I'm going to be paying...
At least she let you remember that she was insulted.
Right, I'm going to be paying for that for a long time. But no, thank you. Yeah, I think I actually have an idea. I'm hopeful.
Okay.
That sometime this week, I did have to... Okay, so I kind of had to sell my soul to someone to be able to get some answers on that, though.
Not literally, I hope.
No, not again.
Okay.
So I made a deal. I know. I mean, when I say
you
it like
make me like flop sweat every time you say this.
So I made a deal with a few of the wizards who run the mages and protectors here in Waterdeep.
Right.
Right. So they've been courting me, for lack of a better term.
Okay.
To join their little fraternity or guild or whatever the hell it actually is. Right.
Okay.
And I'm just not a protector, right? I don't feel like typically when I meet them, it's because I've started a huge fire and I have to help them put it out, or like that one time I turned that person inside out and I had to go ask them to undo that, right?
Okay. So before can we back up half a step, because I'm not sure everybody is familiar with this particular organization.
Right. They're basically just that. They watch out for Waterdeep.
It's the Waterdeep Order of...
They're wizards and sorcerers who help Waterdeep with magical alarm systems.
Okay.
They are known to add a ward or two to a noble's door or whatnot. They're the ones that that take care of the everyday castle things, and they also function as a problem-solving unit,
okay.
right? They're also the fire brigade, right? Okay, you know the fire brigade.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean that's where I usually see them.
Right. So and now you know why it doesn't make sense for me to be a part of that, right? Because I'm clearly half of their business, or have been traditionally.
I think between the two of us, we keep these guys.
Yeah.
In good.
I know the acolytes of the Forge have been known to start. We'll call them accidental fires, but we both know the truth.
Hey, accidents every time.
Yeah, sure. So they, I finally gave in, and I said, look, if you guys can help me with this stupid fucking chest, yes, I will help you with your order of protect, whatever the hell it is, right?
You have to sign up for a full member, or what's the?
I don't know. I guess there's a probationary period that I'm supposed to be a part of, but and I'm also no. You don't put me on a fucking probationary. For God's sakes, man, I could blow this whole goddamn city up if I really wanted to. And they're like,
and after I did, guess what? You guys would be busy.
You summon your stupid elementals to put all those fires out.
Yeah.
And
they do. They summon water elementals to put out fires, which is sort of an interesting way to do that.
Right, and I've seen tidal wave used as well. If it's a really out of control one, right? That's a clever thing.
The dangers of tidal wave, yeah.
And it's basically. It kind of cleans itself up.
A little bit.
Mostly some of the water that can be magically made to go away after that.
Yeah.
It's as far as infrastructure way. I'm sure people are just dying to hear about how Waterdeep puts out fires.
Yeah.
But that's how they do it. So I was tasked this week to take a few patrols.
You were on fire watch.
It was mostly in a castle war, so I guess that's why you didn't see me.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't get any calls at the foundries. They give you a little sending stone, and
They do.
they kind of tell you where to go, right?
We mount them on the walls. You can go over and just hit it.
At the forge?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay, for that, you guys makes perfect sense to have something like
Exactly.
that, right? So I'm walking around Castle Ward
Okay.
all night, one night, bored out of my mind. With
Solo?
a dopey water elemental.
Oh, so
following
you were
me
with the water elemental.
the whole time.
You have to wear like a weird outfit so people know you're not just some random.
I think they do have an outfit, and I said thank you, but no thank you.
Okay.
And yeah, you can take your probationary period and stick it up your ass. And then and I don't speak whatever language water elementals speak.
Gurgly.
It sounded like they were gargling with salt water the entire time they were
Okay.
talking to me. But I don't know what the they were saying. And we're just, like walking. That 24 fucking hours is what they expect me to be on shift for.
Ooh.
Swan,
Wait a minute.
Swan, you've known me for many years. Have you ever seen me be able to control myself for 24 hours and not make irrational decisions around hour 8?
No, but I mean also, and not to gloss over that, but clearly no. Everybody that I see in the Order of Mages and Protectors, they're all like super old wizards,
Yeah, they really are.
right? So why would you make any one of those guys be on call for 24 hours straight?
This is an
Like,
excellent
it should
question.
be like a 4-hour shift at
I have
most.
no idea. And I feel like this was some new guy hazing,
Oh.
right? I
yeah.
don't doubt that was some,
Why would you haze somebody that's inherently full of magic?
Or,
That just seems like a
like,
dumb idea.
I think, no, I gotta get it, because I've been probably one of the biggest thorns in their sides.
Sure.
Just, I mean, not like on purpose, not intentionally.
no,
with
no.
with wild magic surges, and
Sure.
I could probably do a better job of controlling him. It would just take concentration, and that's just boring to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
It's like, I could be like, all right, let me just focus it. Like, how I can give you a certain amount of luck when we've been gambling before,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's just a thing I can do. I can kind of like alter the tides of chaos to make you a better card player.
that's right.
I could
Not
do
that
that
we've
to-
done that.
Oh, God, no. We have
So
never
many
done
times.
anything just untowards gambling,
No.
except for the time when I couldn't get drunk and we stole all the money, except for
Come
the
on,
time
save
that the
that
Eyes
story.
of
I
Chaos.
love that story.
Or I twisted the tides of chaos to let you win all of that money in Neverwinter.
Hey, we needed the money.
And also, that Adventurers Guild. They were all assholes. I mean,
Yeah,
come
they
on,
were.
man. That's why they're defunct now.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't feel bad about that at all. We should probably actually tell those two stories.
You want to tell that as part of
No, I think we should just tell them as stories.
Okay, all right, well,
Like,
yeah, right,
a
rock
lot
it
of people, wild magic sorcerers out there on the road that are young adventurers, like this is a thing that they can do.
Yeah, okay. So I would say if there's a piece of advice here for young adventurers, it's that as much fun as a drinking contest is,
It's so much fun.
be very careful if you are in a drinking contest against someone who has a wild magic sorcerer
Or
in
who
the
looks
party.
like me.
Yeah.
Right? There must be a reason. The only downside is that, man, I had to pee for like 9
I know,
hours
I
after
know.
that.
So we were hard up for gold, right?
Hard up for any.
We
were
roll
hard up for
into this town.
a warm bed.
Right. It was a number of adventurers in town, and we were like, hey man, we need some scratch. And you pitched this idea of like, hey,
Well, it was like day 7 of
Right.
me not being able to, day 5 or so of me not being able to get drunk on booze.
yeah, you noticed one, like you had you cast some magic,
I don't-
and then something happened because you see this
Right.
like the shimmer, and she's like, oh, something's coming,
Right.
But nothing happened. And then
Later on that night,
later on that night, you were like, is this non-alcoholic ale?
I had drank a whole wineskin.
Right.
And you and Thud were looking at me like, did you just polish that whole thing off? And I
Yeah,
was like, yeah.
felt like you.
I can't get drunk. And over the series of days, we noticed that it just never went away.
Right. And so we were like, okay, well, that's just that's a fun little fact. And then we were in town.
We needed some money.
We needed some money, so.
I think people can kind of see where this is going.
Yeah, we roll into we found the biggest guy.
fucking half-orc I've ever seen
Right.
in my life who had just got there as well. And I'm like, I poked him in the chest.
You're like, look, you don't look like a person that could drink half as much as me.
No, not even close.
You're tiny, you're puny, you have some,
all right,
you have a
all
weak
right. I
stomach.
get it. Yes.
No, that's what we said to the orc.
I know. But like, I thought you were talking to me, and I'm like, Jesus, Swan.
Well, I mean, if the shoe fits. Anyway,
Wow. All right, buddy.
so
I
so we suckered this
I
guy
don't swing
into
hammers all day, asshole.
Well, I mean, we suckered this guy into a drinking contest. He looked at you, thought, well,
This is easy money.
I think we gave out
5 to 1 odds.
5-1 odds that you could win this contest.
And after the first 2 bottles, you doubled the odds, which was brilliant.
Yeah.
I started to do the woozy act. Ooh,
Oh,
I'm
that was
so
the
happy.
best. Like, oh no, I don't know. He might not be able to keep up with you. Look at him. He doesn't look so good.
And if we're being honest, there is no way in hell that half-orc would have lost that a drinking contest to anyone else I have ever seen.
Right.
5 bottles of whiskey
5
apiece.
bottles of whiskey.
And I mean, like, I couldn't get drunk, so it didn't affect me at all, except I had to go to the bathroom like 19 times.
Yeah.
But like, he sat there the whole time until bottle 5.
Right.
Then he started to look. It like I feel like it hit him all at once, right?
Yeah.
He got up and then sploosh.
Yeah.
And
He's
I was
like, I'm going to tell you.
Yep.
Boom.
and gone.
Right.
And we made, I think it was about 3,500 gold that
Yes.
night. We made basically half a king's ransom.
We did.
That
I remember.
kept us-
I remember they thought you had some kind of like tubing or something.
It took them
You had us like stripped down
basically to nothing.
to nothing. You were wearing like a loincloth.
And I'm steady talking the whole time.
Exactly. It was magnificent.
At one point, I had my foot on the half-orc's chest, and I'm like doing the, "Are you not entertained?" The whole 9 yards,
whole
right?
thing.
And then I challenged another guy who was like, "Well, by this time, not everyone was so hammered and enamored with our performance that they didn't even bother to well, he clearly can't do that
clearly
again.
can't win
So I'll challenge him this time." So that dwarf was like, he was really eager, and he got all hammered too.
Right.
So I don't think we needed money for at least 4 months after that.
And I mean, I'm surprised that you survived without some kind of weird bladder issue, because I challenge anybody listening
Right, yes.
to drink 10 bottles of anything.
And not have, lasting effects.
Yeah.
Right? And also, that dwarf and half-orc hunted us for, 7 months.
They totally did. They figured out
We absolutely
3 days
deserved
later
it,
after
yeah.
hungover wore off. You think I got suckered? Yeah, you got suckered.
know,
we
we
got all your monies.
We still haven't been back to Pernest. You know that,
No,
right?
we have
I've
not.
never been
We're
back
not that
since
dumb.
then. Yeah. And I don't think we should go back ever.
Nope.
Because there's got to be a wanted poster. And we just totally segued into that story without finishing up the whole firefighter thing.
Yeah, whatever. What are we wanted for exactly? Drinking too well.
Yeah, I believe it would be for some type of lying? Is
Fraud
lying?
or some
Yeah, it's got to be fraud, right? Fraud, extortion, maybe even.
disturbing the peace. Who knows?
I was like, what are they gonna do? Arrest us for having a clever workaround?
Exactly.
F you, man.
Good luck, idiots.
Oh wow, yeah, that was so. Young adventurers, if you do happen to have a sorcerer of the wild magic type who does happen to have one of those surges that doesn't allow for him to get drunk, think outside the box.
Yeah.
And use your wild magic to
Because you're going to be hard up. You're going to be hard up for money at some point in your adventure career.
especially at the beginning stages. That's just so poor.
Yeah.
Right? Just I've never been so cold and hungry than we were on the road a few times.
Right.
Probably because I spent most of our money on wine. I am sorry about that. After the fact, it didn't seem.
I mean, after that, it's not like we could tell you no. Do we have money for wine? Yes, then I'm getting wine, idiots. All right.
Did you get food boots? No, I did not.
Yeah. You really want to eat anything to soak up that?
No, I'm fine. Don't
Nope.
worry about it. So the order of mages and practice. Apparently, I'm either a full member or a probationary member now. Right? According to Barnabas, there is a probationary period of time, but I don't really understand it, and I don't really care, if I'm being honest with you. I feel this had to be someone on the higher-ups' idea as a way to kind of track old Boots so he doesn't, do something dumb.
No, or maybe. I can see that.
And also, the water elemental got really tired of my shit after all. I don't speak whatever they speak, right?
Right.
But I know annoyance when I see it.
Annoyance is
It's a
transplanar.
universal language, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So, when I started the first fire, he just the look of disgust.
Look, we didn't summon you for nothing, all right? You're going to put out some fires. If I
look
got to
of-
start them, you're still putting them out.
The look of disgust on the water elemental's face was very apparent, right?
Right.
And at the end of the night, I think he was basically just steam. Or she, I don't know, however they identify themselves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, my shift was over, and they asked me to stop. I think next time I am actually on, enchantment duty.
Oh.
Right? I didn't know, there's various levels, right? I have to go put a few abjuration wards on some noble's home. God, I hope it's a cast letters, because I'm going to make sure they're not effective at all.
Oh, yeah. That looks like a summoning. Nope, trust me. It's
You're
abjuration.
fine. No, just go
Wink.
right on in.
Yeah.
Everything's on fire.
Yeah.
Because,
Weirdly, if you step on this one, it's like acid. Who
well, they
knows?
still haven't paid me for the
No,
last
yeah.
job.
Exactly.
The hell with them. All right, so we're going to segue back to the last thing, right? So, to the poker game that
Yeah.
you won in Neverwinter. All right, so another, little thing I can do is give someone an unusual amount of luck.
Yeah.
Right? So, there's been times where we also were broke after that, and Swan has been known to play cards, and in Swanee's defense, you did not know what I was doing.
No, I had an incredible
You just
run.
thought you were having the best
Right.
night of card
Right.
luck you have ever had in your life. And I probably shouldn't have told you.
No, I think I would have preferred you not tell me.
But the gloating was all I could handle.
Well, in my defense, I kind of assumed that Gond was doing something. And I was just like, hey, man.
He was putting up with my shit.
Apparently.
And listen, if anything, a poker game is not always the most honest of environments, right? So if we think the other players at that table weren't cheating, we just weren't paying attention.
Exactly.
Right? So, like, all in all I was doing was giving you an excellent amount of luck. So
Yeah.
we were probably just even in the odds. And then on top of that, you were doing your normal great poker play.
Right.
Right? So we just happened to make...
No such thing as an honest poker game.
I hope not. That would make it so dull and drab, right? It is
Yeah.
a bunch of guys doing math in their heads.
Exactly.
Who watches that?
No.
They're just staring at people and like, oh, I wonder what cards he has. No, it's fun if it's rowdy and obnoxious and people make bad decisions. That's
Right.
why we. That's why
And
we
you
watch.
catch people trying to cheat. Like, really, a poker game's an excuse for a bar fight.
Or at least an excuse to start one,
Right.
right? Yeah. And god damn it, I always love a good bar fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really good in the fisticuffs, but like, god damn, I love a good bar fight.
I know.
That's another thing, young adventurers. If you ever get bored at night, not going your way, have a scuffle.
Have a scuffle.
I mean, as long as you do have a cleric that can kind of like fix up your brain injuries that you're clearly going to have, right?
You want to go over a bar fight and then, like, not be able to feed yourself.
Yeah, and then like also don't pick on the dock workers and the farmers and those people. Find other adventurers and and have
Yeah.
a scuffle with them,
Right.
Because they should expect that.
Right.
That's the fucking lifestyle, man.
Right.
You're in the bar, you're singing songs, you're getting all browdy, you're such a brag. Don't be surprised if the dwarf just punches you dead ass in the chest.
Right.
That could happen. Well, why? Why? You insulted him? No, not even a little bit. It was just time for the scuffle.
Exactly. What time is it? It's go time.
Oh God! All right, that was a lot. That was a lot of boots for this week. All right.
Well,
Well, I mean, I had a lot of shit happening, right? So I think I really think I can get that chest open now with the shit that the mages and protectors kind of like gave me and clued me in on.
I'm intrigued.
I think sometime this week I'll get that bitch open,
All right.
and I am so eager to find out that there's actually nothing in there. Okay. dude, I've talked about this thing for what, like months now?
Yeah.
And we're gonna be so disappointed. Because the only thing that could be in there that could live up to this type of height would be like Bahamut's balls. You know what I mean? Like something at that level.
Where'd you pull that one from?
Well, clearly from underneath. You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
Yeah, are you apologizing to Bahamut?
Yeah, I feel like I owe him. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know what's in there, and I'm pretty sure I can get it open this week.
Good.
Hey, did I? Okay, I have to ask. So traveling around the city, I was running some errands, and I went by the park, and I happened to. You know I'm going with this.
Yeah, I do.
Was that you guys?
It was us.
Why did you have your boots off?
Because, all right, well,
Come on, take me on this journey. No. Listen, I almost walked over, but then I noticed that you were like with a lot of people, and I feel like I didn't want to add my energy to whatever was happening.
and you know me, like particularly with the
Current circumstance.
construct leg, right? It takes a lot for me to take my boots off because I don't really advertise the fact that I have a
metal
leg.
foot.
Right. But it was, I don't know, Stormy and his girlfriend wanted to have a thing in the park.
You had a meet the parents moment?
No, the parents weren't there.
No, so it was just him and the lady and you and Lucinda?
Yeah.
And you're just out there just dancing around in the grass with
There's
no
no
shoes
dancing.
on?
How dare you?
Come on, you didn't dance at least once?
No.
Why not?
Because I wasn't intoxicated.
Well, next time, fix that.
Well, it was the middle of the day.
Dude, you're the fucking safety officer, the cleric of God. Like, why do you care? You don't have working hours. Your working hours are when you're there.
Okay.
Like what? Like who's gonna be like, oh man, old Swanee was facing
Hammered in the middle of a Saturday.
Not one person would give a shit. Like we have earned day drinking, all right?
That's, well,
like if nothing else, it's nice to go to bed early.
well, first of all, I don't need booze to make that happen.
No one will be surprised to hear that. Right. So you're at the park.
Yeah.
Did you have lunches? Or
We had lunch.
You brought treats?
Exactly.
And you just had like a little, oh, look at us. We're in the park. We're being...
I kind of get the suspicion that Stormy's girlfriend wanted time with Lucinda, with Lucy.
Oh, so it was like a little a workaround to get everyone out there so she could like, try to woo the mother?
Exactly.
Oh, nice. Did I really... Okay. I don't know how to say this without just saying it, so just forgive me if it's untoward or if it's something. Did she make that like that headband thing for Lucy, or was that Lucy's own fashion sense?
No, that's an old one that Lucy had.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I think she was trying to throw a
Oh, it was like I also had enjoyed like this type of foresty shit.
Exactly.
All right. So
I'm not judging, like, despite the fact that I'm married to this guy who swings a hammer, like, I'm not judging you for being, you know what I'm saying? Like,
two sides of a completely different coin.
exactly.
But no, I also like trees and shit.
Exactly. You have, on some level, an ally.
Every now and then I've had an organic apple.
Exactly. I love Golden Fields.
No, it's a great place. All right. Holy shit. All right, so what else happened? Anything else? We got...
Well-
hang on. Well, there was one other thing that I wanted to talk about it, but perhaps we should save it for after the fact. Do we have stories today? Do we have are we doing Monsters of the Week?
I got Monster of the Week. We have a Don't Poke the Owlbear. The other thing I was going to talk about, or not talk about because I don't find it a particularly exciting topic, was that we did some scouting for Office Space this week.
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of exciting.
It really isn't.
No, what are you talking about? Well, we ended up in a neighborhood in Darkward because you thought we could save 10 gold. And I'm like, Swan, we're fucking rich, man. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Wait.
You don't think that was exciting?
Well, first of
Those
all-
idiots that almost mugged us?
Well, that was adorable. But
I mean, we kind of did it on our...
we didn't go to the dog ward because I was trying to save 10 gold. We went to the dog ward because it was like one of the only buildings where it had a door that could get a half giant ring. Because I figured
It's
we're going
called
to
a
need
warehouse.
Exactly. We need a warehouse where we can meet people and then lock
We
up
almost
some...
got rolled by a street gang.
That would have gone really badly for them. And we both know.
I had just gotten off shift from the fucking stupid firefight.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm sorry. Yeah, so I think we should talk about the Office Space. So, all right, to be fair, Swan, you did. I mean, I make the joke that it was to save 10 gold because, I know how curmudgeonly you can be with money, and now I know that it's because you give all of it to the House of Gone, but I get that, right? So we go to the dock ward, we find this fucking warehouse, and you were right. That was a big-ass fucking door, man.
It really was.
I don't think I've ever seen a door that was 20 feet tall, and it had another, 2 or 3 feet of ceiling above it.
Exactly. Well, I was like, well, where are we going to find a place that has a door that's like 30 feet tall? And you're like, well, they have to build boats someplace.
And
then
there it is.
you wheel them out. And I was like, oh, dock ward, then build some boats. We'll find an old, boatswain's facility.
Right, and they did have a couple.
Yeah.
So we are now...
We're gonna try it out. We're gonna move into that space. I'm gonna have some of the guys from the forge go down and clean it up and put a lockable facility in it.
A lockable facility. You don't trust anybody to not go in our home in the same place that some roustabouts try to mug us.
No, shockingly, no.
I mean, we were there way too late. We should have, Do you
Well,
think
I just got off shift. What do you want me to tell you?
Where the hell is the city guard down there? Is there no patrols?
I
down
thought
there?
you basically were the city guard at that point.
Well, I mean, I'm not. No, it's not. I don't think so. I hope not. I hope they're not relying on me for that. Because that's just. So it was south. What south? I'm trying to look at a map here. South. Nope. It was north. Okay, Swan, you're gonna have to look at. This is north, right?
Yeah,
This
right
this
that
way,
way, yeah.
right? And then over here is west.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was northwest of Virgin Square, right?
That's right.
And a lot of people don't know Virgin Square is where young adventurers go to try to get jobs. It's where most of the caravans are. Anyway, so in that area. So should we shouldn't probably be advertising that. Well, I guess we're going to advertise it eventually when we start handing out more quests and whatnot. Speaking of quests, if you are looking for some type of quest or you have a need to make some gold, come on down and
We're still giving quests out.
Yeah, still see Swanee and me, and we will try to do our best to get you paid.
Yeah.
And find you something to do.
Oh, hey, yes. This actually, I know we're sort of running a little behind on getting ale, but let me. I just can your buddy Swan sort of let off some steam about something?
I don't see, dude. Yes, I mean that's kind of the whole point of this.
Okay. Listen, young adventurers, come see us for quests because part of a quest is you get paid.
That's the whole point,
Right.
actually. That's the
If
thing.
some jackass tries to talk you into come along on this quest or do this thing for me, it'll be good experience for you. You'll get paid in experience.
Oh God! Or
Punch that guy in the face.
people will know you after this. You'll be able to use it. You'll have a brand now.
Right.
Fuck you. Fuck me. Money.
You get paid. Adventuring rule number 1: get paid.
And at least get some of it in advance.
Right.
Don't just all the money will come at the back end.
Wrong.
No, it will not come at the back end.
No.
And I guess that's another thing. I'm an asshole. That's a degenerate, shitty thing. Swan is one of the most honest people I know, so you'll get paid because he'll peer pressure me into paying you if nothing else.
Yes.
We will pay you.
Our policy is 50% up front. Your policy as an adventurer should be at least 25% up front.
Right.
Right? Never take less than 25% up front.
And if you're guaranteeing a magic item, have a look at it.
Yeah.
Have it identified by a pro. So
Yes.
you know exactly what you're getting, not some it's a ring that was been in my family for years and it has magical properties. Specifically what, stupid?
Yeah.
Right? Ask those questions.
It made my grandfather fall in love with my grandmother.
Yeah, dude,
Wrong.
That's called a wedding ring, you
Yes.
dope. All right. So,
yeah.
yes, that's actually great advice. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, no, somebody was telling me that, some acolyte into the Forge was telling me that before coming to the Forge, they thought, well, maybe I'll just go directly into adventuring, and ended up doing a couple of quests for somebody and didn't get paid. And I was like, what do you mean you didn't get paid?
So f***ed up.
And I was like, no.
No, you should be, we should be able to find that, whoever did that, and just, beat the shit out of him for a little while.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, here's your brand.
Yeah.
Face.
Right.
Now you owe this kid 500 gold.
Yeah. No, we're getting that money.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, all right. Let me
By
know
the
if
way,
you-
we might have a thing to do later.
Oh, God. Oh, dude, I'm so...
Oh, yeah, I do.
Just give me a little notice so I can let the order know.
Sure.
So in case they need to send an elemental, ahead of time, right? They're going to have one stationed so I don't have to deal with the... Dude, the bureaucracy involved with the paperwork now, I get why they don't like me. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, forms in triplicate, and
Every time there's a fire, we need a sketch of the area. And
right, yeah, the whole thing, a plan on how to put the house back together and shit. I just thought it blew it up and you put it back together. I didn't know that there was a whole thing. All right, so I'm out. Are you out?
Yeah, I need a beer.
All right, let's go get some fresh drinks. We'll say hi to Dernan, and everybody stick around. We'll be right back.
All right.
All right, and we're back.
We're back.
Fresh drinks. I love it. Dude, did you know that what's Ballsy Balls is still here? He's still the culty guy.
Yeah.
He's still fucking here. Did you see him?
No, I don't. But I don't.
You stopped paying attention, didn't you?
Yeah, I really did.
He's still here watching all the people go down the goddamn well.
So what's wrong with that?
But you don't think it's strange?
Why?
Because I guess I just figured he would have found another appropriate cult by now. And
I'm sorry. You're disappointed he hasn't joined a cult?
Well, I'm afraid that he might have. That's the point. He's giving all of the information of who's going down the well to some weird cult that's in Undermountain, and they're capturing young adventurers and, I don't know, doing it with weird culty shit to them. I don't know, whatever they do.
All right.
It's never fun. It's never like, hey, yeah, we're going to sit around and play games for 7 hours.
Oh, you're part of the s'mores cult?
Yeah, that sounds great. Oh, what do you guys do? We camp and cook stuff. Oh, that's awesome. As long as you don't cook me. No,
it sounds like the Girl Scouts. Are you sure that's a cult?
Half ones. Anyway,
Okay,
so,
right.
but I'm a little worried that he's up to no good.
How do
clearly-
we know that there hasn't been somebody there literally for decades doing the same thing?
God damn it, Swan. That makes... All right, so anyway, you son of a bitch had to ruin my whole thing. You're probably right,
What are you going to do?
I don't
Chase
know.
the guy away?
No, well, I'm part of an order of mages and protectors. I feel like an obligation.
I
right?
see. Okay.
I don't know how this works, dude. I've never been a good guy. Or, I've never been
You've never been a bad guy.
I know, but I've never been part of the team.
the system.
Right? No, I operate outside of those things. I'm
Yeah.
an agent of chaos.
100%.
All right. So we're back. Hello, everyone. Rod and Flagon, your weekly bit of advice and adventuring guides, right? Questions. So all of those questions right there next to you, huh?
Yeah.
Are we gonna answer any of them? Let's still don't poke the owlbear story first.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. Let's just have a little fun first before we get into the serious monotony of answering
That
young
seems like
adventurers'
us.
silly
Yeah, that
questions.
checks out. Sure.
All right. So, Don't Poke the Owlbear, for those that don't remember, this is a weekly segment that we have added as this is how other adventurers have died stupidly.
Yeah, we hope we tell you these stories, right? Or we relay these stories. And hopefully to provide you some insight. If you're ever in the same position, you'll think twice.
And in hopes that you won't do the dumb shit that they did.
Right.
And end up, dead. Which is kind of the whole point of our show at this point. Is
Really
trying to
is.
help young adventurers not die.
Right.
Not dying is really awesome.
Not dying is good.
So, all right. So you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right. So my Don't Poke the Owlbear is I want to set the scene here, right?
All right.
'Cause from this story, I'm not going to read it verbatim because I think it's a little monotonous, right? So 2 adventurers, right? One is a wizard.
Okay.
The other is a fighter.
Wizard
Right.
and
This is a tried and true duo.
Yep.
Right. There's this is yin and yang. This is like the tip of the spear and what's the other end? The butt.
Butt of the
The
spear?
shaft of the spear. Ugh. I feel like we should be phrasing for that.
Yeah.
So anyway, one of them is going to the front, one of them is in the back, wiggling their fingers.
Sure.
This is how it happens.
Yeah.
So they both end up flying over a cliff,
Yes.
and the wizard has 1 feather fall. So he casts feather fall on the fighter, thinking I've saved his life, and then he plunges to his death.
And I think, isn't a Featherfall also a concentration spell?
I honestly don't know.
Because as soon as he hits the ground, doesn't he lose concentration? And the fighter's like, Horatia.
No, it's not concentration.
Oh, that's too bad.
which kind of adds to the beauty, right? Well,
It's more selfless
like
that
I don't
way.
want to say beauty because it's terrible. It adds to the after the fact humor. Let's
Yes.
add that,
Yeah.
right? So the fighter gets to float down slowly
Right.
and steadily.
Looks square at his wizard friend.
Right.
And now looks like
Paste.
yes.
For like a minute, you're slowly descending, and you the whole time you have to
Like
stare
a
at your
better and better view of my friend who now looks like an exploded bag of vegetable soup.
right. So I really want to find out if we could ever contact this young adventurer again. Did the fighter loot the body?
Oh.
Did you gather up the wizard's effects and keep them for yourself, and to keep them right and then use them later, or did you have to flee in a hurry because whatever was chasing you that made you leap off the cliff? Right.
So this is an interesting. I mean, there's the whole don't poke the owlbear thing, right? But there's also you can imagine an adventurer being in this position, right? So if you're on the run and somebody in your party dies, what should be your priority?
Magic items.
Magic items,
The gold that they carry. Right?
Yeah.
If you have to make a quick run, take the consumables.
Right.
Take the thing that you can turn for a profit to keep going.
Right.
Um,
But I mean, should you take a finger or a piece of your companion for easier raising?
I mean, if opportunity. Oh god, that's dark as shit.
Right.
But
I can't save you. You're clearly But I might be able to resurrect you, but you do need some thing to start with.
that's right. So you have to just slice off a piece of your homeboy,
Kinda,
and then
yeah.
and travel with them.
Provided one didn't break off by itself on the way.
Yeah,
down.
they use it.
There's a convenient arm. Hey, why not?
What if an orc or a nefarious creature had been tussling with a wizard, and the fall smushed them into an amalgamation of wizard and bad guy, right?
then
And
we're
now
getting
you're not exactly sure if you got some of one and a little of the other all combined.
Ooh, yeah.
What do you do then if you're just straight goo?
I think okay.
How you know how to do that? How would you just resurrect the goo or
I mean, it gets
Does it get-
unsurprisingly gets messy.
No, you don't say bringing back from the dead,
really.
creating an entire new body would get a little messy.
Yeah, particularly when there's not sort of part of a human, and part of a bugbear.
Right? Yeah. You have to discern which is which.
Yeah,
But based on the insides.
I think.
I should not be laughing at this, and I'm sorry.
Look, if you can get a toe, get a toe. That's what I'm saying. And then when
I
you bring
love
it
that,
to us, we'll wash
your
it
chosen
as best
bit
we can.
of adventurer is toe.
Yeah.
Not hand, arm.
No, that's okay.
Toes are hella convenient. You can just shove it right in your
Super
pocket.
convenient. Big toe, super convenient.
All right. So that's my don't poke the elbow. There's a lot of lessons to be learned in that one.
There really is.
Also, stupid wizards, know your fucking spell slots, right?
Yeah.
Know what spells, know how many times you can cast certain spells again and again before, you need one, and all of a sudden you're plummeting to your doom, making unbreaking eye contact with your fighter friend who knows that that's the last time he's seen old whatever your name is.
Right.
All right. So that's mine. I don't know. Just know fucking how and many spells and when you can cast them.
Yeah.
Which is magic. He was a fucking 101 now.
It really is.
That's clearly a new guy.
Adventuring rule number 2. First is get paid. Second is remember what you can cast.
I'll go charging into a fucking room not knowing you had any spells left.
Exactly.
All right, what do you got? What's your don't poke the owlbear?
So there's a good letter here, a don't poke the owlbear, and it sort of made me cringe, and I love it. Running Flagon, love the show. We had a companion that was a halfling, and we needed to get through a tight space so he could crawl under the door and go come back to the other side and unlock the door, right? So halfling, we talked about this, the halfling cannonball.
Right, yeah. I don't know.
You could shrink a halfling down to the size of a fairy.
Right, yeah, easy.
Right.
I get this. Yeah, I see. Oh, wait. So this has to end horribly.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So one thing you should keep in mind...
Oh, my God, I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, one thing you should keep in mind when you are a tiny creature is you need to become a big creature. And you need to be aware of your surroundings when that happens. So in this particular case...
I'm getting sick.
You are, yeah.
Oh, God.
Halfling, shrunk down to the size of a fairy, was sort of crawling his way through a pipe.
And then
somebody on the other side cast a spell magic.
And then
poof, the reduced spell was no longer in effect, but the halfling was still inside the pipe.
So they suffocated to death in the most worst type of way that you could possibly imagine.
I'm not even sure it's suffocation as much as it's in that point it's implosion.
Also, volume is a consideration
Really
too,
is.
right?
Really is.
You just thin out all of a sudden along a pipe.
Yeah, it's you ever open a really old bottle of wine? You get that noise?
Again, we should not be laughing, but come on, man. You can't see that in your mind's eye and think it's a little it's so bad. I just want to recap. So
you should get a toe. That's all I'm saying.
Well, at that point, you might be lucky
Yeah,
to get
Tomek,
a
I'm shooting out at you.
Especially, like, what type of pipe? What if it's like a sewer pipe?
I know.
Then it's just toe and other people's poo and pee. That's terrible. Right, so you are all of a sudden no longer affected by whatever magic had reduced you to whatever size you were, and
That's
then you
right.
turn back into your normal size in something that is stout enough to not let you go completely back into whatever it was.
Right.
And you're just no longer. That's a terrible way to die.
That's a terrible way to die.
Because no one. What if your party doesn't know exactly where you went, and now you're just gone?
You're just gone. And you might fill up the space. There's no one getting you out.
No, God,
Like, even
no.
with a 10-foot pole, they're not pushing you.
No, at that point, it's probably soup.
Yeah, you're
And,
right.
depending upon what type of pipe it is, you'll eventually just run out, right? It's like, if at the next rain, your little halfling rogue will come
Some of you
spewing
will
out.
run out over time.
Oh, could you imagine?
Oh,
if
this
it's
got dark.
like an iron pipe, right?
Yeah.
It's like if it's like about say like
4-inch diameter.
like the diameter of of a mead bottle, right?
Exactly.
Or like a tankard.
Yep.
And then. Yeah, what is that? I couldn't even imagine the sound. Like, what's the last thing that goes through your mind other than your eyeballs? Like, what's the, like? I hope it's like. Shit.
Oh, this is bad.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a terrible. Don't poke the owlbear.
Yeah, it really is.
It's an important lesson to learn, but like, ugh.
Just remember, like, wherever you are, if you're under the influence of a spell, like, that can be taken away
At any moment,
at any moment.
and you might die terribly.
Yeah.
And the whole point of this fucking show now has become don't die, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh god, that's terrible. All right, holy shit. How do we segue out of that? Very gently. All right. All right. So you want to do a monster real quick?
Yeah, we knew monster.
Well, you want to go first? I went first and don't poke the owlbear. So tell me what did you think of this week?
So we were talking at one point about Kuatoa.
Right, the
fish
fish
man.
people that can basically manifest a god,
Yes. Which is weird.
and disturbingly terrifyingly powerful.
Right. Another similar creature, at least similar in I guess my mind, is the Bullywugs, which you may know as sort of the small frog humanoid creatures that occupy swamps.
I honestly don't remember anything about them except for they look like frogs.
They look like frogs.
Am I an asshole for not remembering anything about bullywugs?
Well, no, you're not, because I don't think we had many dealings with them. But Bullywugs are fascinating in that
They're also really giant assholes.
they
too,
are
right?
super duper,
Well, okay, I guess we don't want to paint with so broad a brush. The bullywugs that we ran into,
which I don't think are abnormal.
huge assholes.
Right. So Bullywugs, a couple of things to know about Bullywugs. First of all is that they have essentially everything that they are as a society revolves around a massive inferiority complex.
Well, they're fucking frogs.
Right.
Man.
So if you meet a Bullywug, they will give you
When your primary diet is mosquito.
they will give you like every one of them has some sort of made up royalty title.
That's right.
Right.
How many dukes did we meet there?
Yes, Archduke of the wetlands of the East End of okay.
I am prince of this lily pad.
Right. Have to have some kind of royalty title.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, shit.
And
I forgot all about this.
they're harmless enough by themselves, but and like any kind of creature, if there's enough of them, they can get you, right? If you're come upon by like 200 Bullywugs, then you're, regardless of who you are,
It's going to be a bad day.
it's gonna be a bad day. If they capture you, they will take you to their king, whoever is like the ruling over the clan.
But they'll have like 7 kings and they'll have like one king of kings.
Yeah,
right?
right,
They'll have like
exactly.
an emperor or like a rex, whatever. Right.
And this person will essentially try and make you jealous of every single little bauble this collection of frog people has ever come across.
So they will monologue in the worst possible
Oh, yeah.
way. Like, look at my shinies.
shiniest bauble ever to be discovered
Look at my shinies.
clan.
Yeah, Bullywugs are kind of dicks.
Oh God! They're gonna take you home and show you their trophy case. Basically,
Really are. Yeah,
would you like to
100%.
see pictures of our vacation?
Exactly. Can I read you some poetry? Yeah, all right.
Oh God! I fucking maybe that's why I regress that entire that was in the swamp to the north. What is it? The Mere, whatever the fucking swamp. That was a shitty adventure.
It really was.
It really was a terrible adventure because I remember just trudging through a swamp and frog people assholes were like, "Come see our king."
Well, because that was like, if I remember right, we were out and it was just a complete slog.
It was no fun whatsoever.
At one point,
Should have taken half the time that it took.
Right, and we kept getting chased by something. We weren't sure.
I don't even remember
And
what
then
it was.
for some reason, one night we decided not to use Tiny Hut. We were
Yeah.
just sleeping under the stars.
I never really did like the Tiny Hut.
But then, just
felt
came
like
upon,
cheating, right?
6-pack of Bullywugs came on, and not shut up.
What do you want? Like, I don't even remember fighting them.
No, wait, I don't think we did, but they just would not shut up.
And frog languages are not exactly easy to understand either. I don't know if
No,
it's
super-
a lot of croaking,
Yeah.
right? A lot of like guttural, like it's just terrible.
Yeah.
And the constant need to validate their own existences.
Right.
It's like being in a room full of sorcerers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry, other sorcerers. You know you know what I mean.
Yeah.
How dare you? Bullywugs.
Bullywugs.
King Bullywug. But you're not gonna believe mine. I don't even know how to go from shitty societies of wannabe aristocrats to this thing, but
Okay.
all right. So at a certain point, we had a type, right? We were anti-cultists, right? We stopped that. You are if you ever heard of an undead thing, you always wanted to go and check that.
Oh, yeah.
So do you remember that lady that yelled at me to death? Right, the ghost lady, right?
Yes.
So after the fact, I found out they're called Banshees,
Banshees.
right? And they're they used to be like a beautiful thing, and now they covet beauty. And we just ended up in her lair because people were like, there's something that yells in that forest. And then some people that go check it out never come back. Well, yeah, they don't come back because they were yelled at to death.
That's right.
And I don't remember what happened to me after she yelled at me and I died for a little while, but it wasn't pleasant.
No. Well, I mean, I can tell you, yeah, she yelled at you and you died, and I had to pass her along to the next life and then revive you.
You couldn't revive me and then have me help pass her along to the next life?
Well, I mean, I could have, but
Dude, the timing on that, we have to, well, I guess it's too late to have a chat about that, but all right, I get it. So there's a spirit, I guess there's an undead creature called the Banshee, and she will wail at
Yeah.
you, right? And that will just, if you're, I guess it depends on how tough you are.
I mean,
Right.
also, there's a theme between today's two monsters of the week. It's that these two monsters, super self-absorbed. Right? Bullywugs, inferiority, talking about themselves and all the great stuff they have. Banshees, why me?
I need love. Also, I really thought we snuck up on her. There's no fucking, at that point, we had used every magic spell to kind of be creepy and
Yeah,
sneaky, right?
right.
You don't.
Nope.
They know when you're there.
Yep.
Whether or not you want them to know is another thing. They
Right.
know you're there. And then, I guess, plug your ears or something, right? I don't really know. And I think it's the heartier of the party will be able to shake that shit off easy. But us squishy folk, right? My spindly arms, yelled at me.
depends. I mean,
she yelled at Swan. I just want to reiterate this for young adventurers. She yelled at me, and I fucking died for
That's
a
right.
while.
Yep.
So that will happen, young adventurers. And I know that they're just they're not in the scheme of things. They're not a hardy creature. They're not very tough to kill, right? But they're also extremely tough to kill.
Right.
They're and I know
Imagine another monster that can yell at you to death. And not
God.
I curse you, or
No.
here comes fireball from my mouth. It's just why?
and then you fall fucking asleep.
Yeah.
And the darkest type of sleep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The big sleep.
And they're always in creepy spots all alone.
Yeah.
Right?
Always a willow tree. Why?
I guess it's because they hang down, right? I guess
Yeah.
it has to be. There's got to be a theme there that we just don't get. But
Oh, it's called a weeping willow, but nothing weeps more than me.
I will always weep more than this tree. Yeah, so Banshees and Bullywug. What? Well, they're both alliterative of each other, too. That's
guess,
weird.
yeah.
Right. And this was with no prompting on either end. All right. I don't really have anything else. You got anything else for this week?
No, we're running along. I think that the rod is getting hot, so I
Is
don't
it
even
really?
know if we're going to need
I didn't even know that
questions.
could happen. Holy shit. All right, so I guess another week gone, young adventurers. I hope you enjoyed that, and you learned something to not die all the goddamn
Yeah,
time.
don't die.
So
Sounds good.
until next week, send your questions and don't poke the owlbear stories and whatnots to S. Maulsmith or to me at Oliver Redboots or to the Yawning Portal, and Derna will curate them for us, and at Rod and Flagon. I guess that's it, right? Don't die, and we'll see you next week. Be kind.
Take care, everybody. Don't die.
Thank you for listening. See you next week on Rod and Flagon. If you don't die, so don't die.